Have you ever wondered why some people seem to command respect effortlessly? Why they are never interrupted, their time is never wasted, and they move through life with a quiet authority that others can't touch? What makes them different, and what do they have that you don't? Here's the hard truth, and it might make you angry. It's not that they are smarter, richer, or more talented than you. It's not because they work harder or have better luck. The reason they command respect lies in a psychological principle so simple yet so powerful that once you understand it, it can completely change the way people treat you and the way you treat yourself. Think about it. Someone cuts in line and you say nothing. A friend cancels plans for the third time and you just smile. Someone takes credit for your idea and you let it slide. You may think you're being nice, polite, or patient, but here's what's really happening. You're training people to walk all over you. Meanwhile, the people who never experience this, they aren't lucky, they aren't avoiding it by accident. They are using a principle about human behavior that Machiavelli uncovered over 500 years ago. A principle that separates those who command respect from those who endlessly beg for approval. Here's the first shocking truth. Being liked can make you weak. Every time you try to please everyone, you hand over a part of your power. The more you chase approval, the less people actually respect you. This is raw, unfiltered psychology, not feel-good advice, but a system that works every single time. Imagine the difference. The person who desperately wants to be liked becomes predictable. People know exactly how they'll react. They smile even when insulted. They agree even when others are wrong. They show up even when disrespected. Predictable behavior leads to disposability. The harder you chase approval, the more people take you for granted. Now compare that to someone who doesn't need anyone's approval. They are consistent, unapologetic, and true to themselves. And that authenticity? That's magnetic. People respect it instinctively because it signals strength, independence, and self-worth. Machiavelli said it best, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both." Not fear in the sense of terror, but in the sense of consequence. When people know there's a cost to crossing you, they act differently.
This brings us to the power of respect. True respect, deep instinctive respect, is not given, it's commanded. And it's built on one principle, consequence. When people know you will enforce your boundaries, they won't test them. When they know disrespect comes with a price, they behave differently. But when you let everything slide, disrespect becomes free, and people will continue taking advantage of you. Here's the key. Respect is self-reinforcing. The more you demand it, the more you get it. The more you get it, the easier it becomes to demand it. Unlike approval, which puts others in control, respect puts you in control. You don't beg for it, you assert it through consistent action, boundaries, and the refusal to accept less than what you deserve. Let's go deeper. Every interaction in your life is about control. Who decides the outcome? The person seeking approval or the person who doesn't need it? Approval seekers hand over control without realizing it. They compromise their values, their choices, even their voice. But those who don't need approval remain in control. They speak their mind, set boundaries, and make decisions based on what they want, not what others expect. Approval addiction is subtle but dangerous. Every compliment, like, or word of praise releases dopamine, the same chemical your brain craves when using drugs. This creates a cycle. You crave validation, and others learn exactly how to give it in exchange for compliance. You bend, adjust, and compromise, training people to control you without force. Break free from this cycle, and suddenly you are psychologically untouchable. You become unpredictable, and unpredictability is power. Now, how do you implement this? Let's break it down with Machiavellian principles that turn you from someone walked over into someone who commands respect. Speak less, act more. Stop over-explaining yourself. Let your actions carry the weight of your decisions. Remove yourself from those who disrespect you rather than arguing. Actions speak louder than words, and silence often communicates more than 1,000 defenses. Never chase approval. Don't text repeatedly, don't explain yourself unnecessarily, and don't try to win over those indifferent or cold toward you. Indifference to their opinion is magnetic and breeds respect.
Stay calm under attack. Emotional reactions give control to others. Cold, calm, or even amused responses demonstrate psychological strength. You cannot be manipulated if your emotions are untouchable. Stay unpredictable. People respect what they cannot control. Mix generosity with restraint, social presence with distance, assertiveness with patience. Keep them guessing. Predictable people are manipulable. Unpredictable ones are powerful. Enforce boundaries swiftly and silently. Immediate consequences teach lessons far better than delayed punishments. Silence and action speak louder than endless explanations. Boundaries are non-negotiable. Respect is enforced. Scarcity and strategic distance. Always being available diminishes your value. Scarcity amplifies it. By being selective with your time, attention, and energy, you increase your worth in the eyes of others. People begin to treat you as a resource, not an accessory. When these principles are combined, the transformation is extraordinary. Relationships improve. Those that survive are genuine. Confidence skyrockets. You no longer depend on others' validation. Opportunities come to you instead of the other way around. Stress plummets. You no longer manage everyone else's emotions. Most importantly, you achieve psychological freedom. Free from the exhausting cycle of approval seeking, you reclaim your power and command your life. This isn't about becoming cold or cruel. It's about becoming strong. It's about knowing your worth, refusing to accept less than respect, and breaking free from the trap that has been controlling your life. Speaking less, acting more, staying calm, unpredictable, enforcing boundaries, and using scarcity strategically. These aren't tactics. They're a lifestyle. They're the path from powerless to powerful, from people-pleaser to a respected individual. So ask yourself, which person do you want to be? The one begging to be liked, or the one who commands respect without ever asking for it? The one who gives their power away, or the one who keeps it? Your future self, the person others listen to, respect, and seek out, is waiting. Drop this final affirmation in the comments. Respect is my birthright. Remember, in a world full of people desperately chasing approval, the one who doesn't need it holds all the cards. Be that person. Command the respect you deserve and watch your life transform.